And Noah was obviously dutiful because he did everything that the Lord commanded him.
He obeyed, didn't he? This is quite funny, this, because in the New Testament, Noah is spoken of as a preacher of righteousness. He's a good man. He goes down in the book of Hebrews as one of the great characters of faith. But it's not quite the same view that's held of him in Judaism. Within the Rashi commentary, he makes the comment that Noah only obeyed once the blooming waters were so high that they were nearly drowning him.
Right.
So he wasn't such a great man of faith after all. But of course, within the Christian perspective and within the teaching in the book of Hebrews, he was a preacher of righteousness. He was a great man of faith who spent 120 odd years preparing this floating vessel, whatever it did actually look like, and would have taken a hell of a lot of stick from possibly his family, definitely his friends. And during that period of time, I would imagine, if he was a preacher of righteousness, that he would have been trying to encourage people to sort their crap out and to actually get right with God in some way, shape or form. How that would have looked and what that would have been like, I really don't know. But it seems to me that if he was stood on the steps of the ark right up until the last minute, it was because he was doing his best for everybody right up until the last minute. That's how I'd like to think of him.
You say that he's not seen necessarily in the same way in all faiths. I know he's revered and respected in Islam and Christianity, but you're saying not necessarily always in Judaism. I didn't know that.
Certain parts of Judaism. There's another part that says, no, he was a great righteous man, but the other part's going, no, he's not quite as righteous as we think. There's different sides within Christianity, like within Islam, you have different camps who place different emphasis on different people to certain degrees. So he's not always deemed to be this great man of faith.
Well, it's like that joke, isn't it? Every two Jews that meet, there's always three opinions.
Probably stick that tag alongside any group of people, probably, I'd imagine. For every two policemen that meet, there's always at least three opinions.